Good afternoon, man. Just seen the health inspector. I mean, he didn't do nothing, man. I showed him the sink. It stopped up, man. Ran the water, stopped up. Feel terrible in here, man. For real. Prostitute right across the hall, down the hall and up the hall, and had my windows open. Let you know it's a lot of air pollution coming from the outside. A lot of animals hanging around the building. That's a good thing, but can't believe this, man. Let me see. I got a picture of. Gotta look for it because I had to look for my keys. But it's terrible, man. It's flat out terrible. Living over here, period. So I was looking at YouTube, looking at the NBA, man. It looked like seeing different angles and stuff like that. Is really LeBron is shooting well? Look like they showing different angles with the same shot. I don't know, man. Don't know. I don't watch the NBA that much. Piston fan? Not a Piston fan. So looked at the WWE, the NFL on YouTube. Don't check that stuff out. Not in the NFL, man. PlayStation, Xbox. Yeah, I got two Madden games, the 16 and the 18. So playing video games. That's it. I'm a video games man. Like Destiny, play that. Watch Dog. That's a good game. Let me see. A couple other games. Soccer. The soccer game. That's a good game too. So definitely gonna pick up Destiny 2. So I was just looking at just looking at sports generally, and especially the NFL. It's like WWE, man. WWE. I just see some things that don't look right. I see they blitzing a lot. I don't know. I don't look at the games, but the games you check out YouTube, they blitzing a lot. They really blitzing a lot. They definitely blitzing a lot. And the game what I was checking out was I think it was last week or the week before. I don't know. It was Dallas and the Texans with Mr. Watson. He looked pretty good. They rushed him. They was blitzing a lot. They rushed him. He threw some bad throws that he shouldn't have threw. He should just threw it away. But he tried to make something happen, and the ball like a duck. He shouldn't even throw it. He should have threw it away. So if you can't get enough on it, and the guy's barreling down on you, just throw it away. The next play, I don't know because I just looked at YouTube. So I don't know. It might have been third down and whatever. But if it was second down, just throw it away. But anyway, he looked pretty good, moving around in the pocket. They was rushing him, but it still looked like WWE, man. It still looked like the outcome was already rolled. The outcome looked like it was already rolled. So really don't like the NFL. So just chilling. Detroit, don't even come here, man. It's the worst city, period. Like I said, man, it's the city of retards, man. People with 7th grade educations and lesser, for real. I couldn't believe that when I was down south, told me that. I already knew it was the truth, because lived up here and seen somebody like that for real. Seen somebody just like that, man. Dropped out of middle school. Dropped out of middle school in the 7th grade for real. And told me that. I was right on the money. That wasn't a lie. 7th grade and under, for real. I knew somebody dropped out in 7th grade, for real. So I couldn't believe that. I mean, couldn't, from this lady who, visited her cousin or whatever, couldn't believe what some of the stuff she was telling me about the women folk here and the men folk here. I could believe some of the stuff, but some of the stuff about the women I couldn't believe. But that was from a woman perspective. Didn't want to be pimped, babysitting or whatever, and was telling me, some of the stuff they was doing. I couldn't believe it, man, about their kids. That's what I couldn't believe, man. Come to find out, lived here, came back and lived here. My mother told me, son, don't come back. It's it's a slum city, for real. She told me it was a slum city. It was a slum city. She said, son, don't come back because you're doing good. It's a slum city. Thought I could do the same thing while I was down there, get into, in a corporation and chill out, man. So when it come to find out, it's just like what she said. It's a slum city. Everything reversed back to the 50s, for real. Everything reversed back to the 60s. I mean, when my father came up here, some people in my family came up here back in the late 50s, scouting out the car industry. They was telling me about, when they got older, about the stress police, what they was doing, about the mafia, stuff was happening in Detroit, about, stress police would rob colored people, perjure themselves right on the stand, flat out. A couple of your friends with you, flat out perjure themselves, and witnesses flat out perjure themselves. They had to believe the officer, but it's some witnesses was there and flat out perjure themselves, and it's it's your ass, you going to jail, whatever. They was known to do that. That's what Mayor Young went to Lansing to stop, man. The perjury, the robbery of the officers was doing, man. Robbery, sticking them up, and committing murders too. I think they was committing murders too, but flat out I knew they was robbing, committing perjury on the stand with colored people, man. Flat out, witnesses, man. Not in your party, man. Right out on the street, witnesses seeing the same thing the officer is seeing, and flat out perjured themselves. And the story what you and the other witnesses is telling is right what you saying. What was happening? He sees something else, flat out. So that was a call for the cameras. That's the call for the cameras. But that was happening a lot back in Detroit, the stress police. But it's the mafia was involved too. So how you can beat that? So the unions, the black bottom, all the stuff. They were scouting out. People didn't like the black bottom. It was just like Mayor Young was saying. It was like the black bottom is the worst of the city live in black bottom. So if you're from the South, you don't want to live in the worst of the city. So goons or whatever, is in the black bottom. That's what Mayor Young called them, black bottom gutter trash scum, man. Flat out, he said that, man, because union breakers or whatever, goons or whatever. That's where they was getting them from. So it's back the same way, man. It's back to the 50s, for real. Back to the 50s and 60s. So the city reverted back. Nothing is centralized in Detroit. Everything is outsourced. The trash, everything, even the water is outsourced. So it's a consolidate of the suburbs and the city and downriver. So nothing is centralized in Detroit. You ask one department, they send you somewhere else. So, or they send you back, whatever. So it's a lot of runaround in Detroit. It's confusing. It's the police is robbing people. It's you can look it up on the books. It's contradicting what people are saying on the streets. What's happening with the police? I've seen it for myself. I know they perjured themselves, flat out perjured themselves right on the stand. And that Hamtramck is the truth. These white folks allowing you, period. That's what I just said. Keep you a cell phone on you. Went into a Dollar Tree. Didn't say nothing to nobody. Start filming. They don't want you filming in Dollar Tree. Flat out. Don't want to be caught doing, don't want to be caught saying something or doing something illegally. So, let you know, Dollar Tree on West Vernon is racist, man. Don't buy nothing there, period. Don't buy nothing there. You can't take out your camera and film what's going on, man. Starbucks on Woodward is flat out racist. I mean, they're smoking in the place, man. I don't know if they got designated smoking areas, but I know the Starbucks I used to go to, you can't smoke in Starbucks. They smoking in Starbucks. They smoking in Starbucks now. Don't want to Wayne State. It's not the school for brilliant people, for real. Wouldn't go to Wayne State for nothing, flat out. It's not a good tech school. It's not a good liberal arts school. If you're looking for a good liberal arts degree, like writing, social studies, counseling, whatever, for a career, it's not for you. It's not the school you want to go to, period. And, physics, whatever, it's not that good, period. So, if you're looking to go to school, you might as well go to Michigan, Eastern Michigan. Or if you want to go to a nice school, you can, do something with. Try Grand Valley State. I think that's in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I think Grand Valley State is a school for you if you're in Michigan. Or Western Michigan, or, some other schools that way. East Lansing, where I think the football power is at now in Michigan. East Lansing. Try them. But anyway, don't want to live here anymore. It is bad. Flat out bad. So, looking at the WWE, NFL is looking like the WWE for real. Look like the game's been decided before it even start, for real. So, peace out.